Evening and welcome to the Cherry Hill West Weekly Report. I'm Denise Cruz and
I'm Supercal. The sophomore and senior classes are sponsoring a concert featuring Robert Hazard on December 4th. Tickets are on sale between 7:30 and 8 a.m. and after school in front of the auditorium for $6 each. The production of The Diary of Anne Frank will be performed on November 18th, 19th, and 20th at 8 o'clock p.m. in the auditorium. The cost of each ticket will be $3. Thursday, November 18th, will be student and faculty discount night, and tickets will cost $2 each. The tickets are on sale during all lunch periods in the cafeteria.
a special Purple Heart Award was presented to John Nottigan this week for all the work he has done at West. Mr. Nottigan is presently recovering from an illness at John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital, and we here at West wish him a very speedy recovery.
The fall sports season is almost over. Several of West's teams had winning seasons. The soccer team has an impressive 18-2-1 record, which includes a school record of 15 shutouts. On Thursday, the team defeated Willingboro on penalty kicks. The team will compete in the South Jersey Group 4 semifinals today against Millville. Despite last week's 3-1 loss to Shawnee in the Group 4 semifinals, the field hockey team had a tremendous season. The team finished with an 11-6-3 record. Congratulations to team member Debbie Baldiga, who won the Purple Heart Award for all the team spirit that she showed. The cross-country team had a winning season of 12-4. Running up front for West were Bill Madara, Greg Farnham, and Brandon Hamilton. Depth in the team was the key to success. Other outstanding runners included Ellen Forbes, Joe Janda, Dean Orlog, Eric Spar, and Andy Molson. The boys' gymnastic team had a 4-6 record. They will compete in the state team championships on Friday. Congratulations to Carrie Cunningham, who placed first in the South Jersey sectional side horse event with a score of 6.45 on Saturday. The girls' gymnastics team had a 3-6 record. Congratulations to Jenny Weiss, who placed in the bars at the novice meet, and to Sarah Schofield, who placed on the beams on Thursday.
Hello, I'm here with Mr. Anthony Moore, who is the Poetry of Popular Music teacher. Mr. Moore, can you tell us a brief outline of the course?
Okay, sure, Denise. It's a course that deals with the history of rock and roll and how to interpret the poetry and lyrics of rock songs. That's the main idea of it. And it started about 10 years ago with the notion that I could reach a lot of kids who perhaps didn't care for poetry and English too much. And I've been using it ever since.
Okay. I understand you put a request in for a part 2, and your request was turned down. Why is that? I'm sure it isn't because of the lack of interest in behalf of the students.
Well, about 300 kids signed up for it, actually, but I understand there are problems of scheduling. This is one difficulty. Plus, I think the school wants to have as many elective courses open for all the departments to have kids take. But I am still hoping that I might get a part 2 to that.
In the class, you have 2 textbooks which you have written and complied yourself. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Sure. These 2 books, one of them, this is the main book we use right here, contains probably about 2,500 of the various songs that we teach. And it has the words which were transcribed either by listening to them line by line and taking them down, very much like a secretary would take dictation or something, or from the words of the song lyrics on the back of the jacket. And I don't know whether you can see it, but the book is dedicated to the students of the course, past, present, and future, who have gone to a lot of trouble to bring lyrics to my attention and to get me to use them. We now also have a supplement to it, which probably contains about 1,000, which is part of the never-ending attempt to keep the course up to date.
As we can all tell, you put a lot of time and effort into this. Why is that?
I think it's mainly because I have always felt that the words of popular songs, particularly rock songs, have a lot of relevance to young people and their problems. And also, I found that a lot of kids would respond to them in a classroom setting, and I could teach some of the same things that I want to teach in a conventional English class. Metaphor, simile, various elements of poetry like that. And also because I found that kids who might hate to do any kind of research project would be very much interested in doing a research project on the Beatles or Bruce Springsteen or Jimi Hendrix. So that's how it kind of kept going. I was excited to teach it because they wanted to have the course, and that's what really inspired me, you might say.
Well, thank you, Mr. Moore, for your time.
Thank you.
There is still time to order a 1983 yearbook. It costs $23 with your name engraved for free of charge if ordered by December 1st. A deposit of $18 must be handed in by December 15th. Saturday, November 20th, Channel 3 will present the program, Why is Your Kid on Drugs? The program is recommended by the New Jersey Education Association.
Here are a couple of program notes. Stay tuned following our newscast for the first Newsreel magazine show. On December 1st, Channel U34 will air the East-West football game complete with halftime homecoming activities. Thank you for watching the West Weekly Report. Please join us again at the same time next week. Good night.
Good night.
Good evening. This is Andrea Newton and Richard Paul for the November 17th East Update. Tomorrow, November 18th, is National Smokeout Day. People nationwide are encouraged not to smoke. Dr. Kozloff, the Camden County Chairman of the Youth Education Committee, and all other health teachers will distribute non-smoking buttons like this one here and these over here to any student wishing one. Smokeout Day is sponsored by the American Cancer Society, so kick the habit for just one day, and that day is tomorrow, November 18th. And now over to Richard.
And now some news from Student Congress. This Thursday and Friday, Student Congress will sponsor a Goodwill collection. Anyone having old clothes can bring them in and place them in the bins that will be located outside the communications area. There will also be a very important meeting for the Christmas party, which will be held Thursday evening. It is important that all committees meet and get working as we only have 4 weeks until the day of the party. A reminder that any senior who has not ordered a yearbook has until November 24th to pay $25 and get his or her name engraved free on the cover. Yearbooks can no longer be bought with a $5 deposit. All $25 must be paid at once. Wednesday, November 24th, East will be celebrating the Thanksgiving holiday with a homecoming dance in the girls' gym from 7:30 to 10 till 10:30. Admission will be $1.50 and all profits will go to the State Student Council's Leukemia Fund. The theme of the dance is the 50s. Everyone is asked to dress accordingly.
The Cum Laude Society is made up of the top 10% senior class, and the students are tutoring other students in their courses. So if you are having a problem in any of your classes, see Miss Peggy Beck for more details, and the class officers recently explained the tutoring service.
Hi, I'm Danny Price, the Cum Laude Society Treasurer, here with President Todd Fisher, Vice President Michael Crucy, and Secretary Amy Kanzler. We would like to share with you now the purpose and procedure for the tutoring program which Cum Laude sponsors. Todd, could you tell us the purpose of the program?
Well, the purpose of this program is to provide to students in East the opportunity to be tutored by a fellow student in the subject which he or she is deficient in. Many times it is easier for a student to better understand class material when it is taught to him by a fellow classmate. Also, this program, the student is taught on a one-to-one basis and not on a group basis. Therefore, it is possible to focus more attention on individual problems. As a whole, this program is a very helpful one, which has proven beneficial in the past and will hopefully prove even more successful this year.
Thank you, Todd. Mike, when will the tutoring program begin? Where can students sign up?
Tutoring of students will begin at the start of the second marking period, Monday, November 22nd. Forms for tutoring will be available on the back of the door to the math lab, which is room A008. This room is located next to the 9th and 11th grade level office.
Thanks, Mike. Amy, how will students go about arranging for tutoring?
Once the student has filled out the request form, Todd, Mike, Danny, or I will process the application. We will contact a cum laude member who is willing and able to tutor in the subject requested. We will call this tutor on the same evening the request form has come in. The tutor will then contact the student during school or at home and arrange a suitable time for tutoring.
Thank you, Amy. Cum Laude's major contribution to the East is sharing the wealth of talents of its members. We look forward to helping as many students as possible, so contact your officers or Ms. Beck for additional details. For East Update, this has been Danny Price. Good night.
The themes for the homecoming floats are Grease for the 9th grade, Pirates of Penzance for the 10th grade, the Rocky Horror Picture Show for the 11th grade, and West Side Story for the 12th grade. Help your class with the floats, and meetings are being held daily to work on the homecoming games.
After East Update, the first edition of Newsreel will follow, co-hosted by Pat McLaughlin and Karen Dillenschneider. Such interesting topics as higher education, careers, public figures, and celebrities, and monthly features such as movies, cooking, television, and consumer advice. This is a monthly feature not to miss. The Cherry Hill East chess team soundly defeated Deptford High on November 8th. The varsity won 5 games to none. The JV won 4 games to 1. The whole team is to be congratulated for an outstanding effort. The last match was Monday against the Bishop Eustace team. The varsity team tied.
And now for some sports news. East Varsity Ice Hockey Team won its 3rd straight game Monday night by defeating LaSalle College High School by a score of 6-2. East goals were scored by Bill Hoffman, Mike Black with 2, and Bob Beck with a hat trick. Sharing the goaltending were Ed Hoffman and Bob McConnell, who held the LaSalle scoreless while in the nets. Their next game is Friday night against Central Bucks High School. This past Saturday, the girls' gymnastics team became sectional champions once again. This year, they defeated the nearest competition by over 8 points. This victory was due to the combined effort of seniors Cindy Chiolo, Cindy Denker, Megan Elstop, Patty Pescacello, Maria Gonzalez, and junior Linda Kanzler, freshman Karen Barr, and Andrea Caleri, and the supportive effort of all the team.
Mr. Shepard is sponsoring a racquetball tournament for Cherry Hill East students, which will be held at the Water Tower on Crescent Road on December 11th and 12th. If you would like to enter the tournament, please see Mr. Shepard. Congratulations to the boys' gymnastics team for their showing on Friday at the NJISIA Individual Sectional Championships. Harris Schechtman placed 3rd on the floor exercise, 2nd on the rings, and 3rd in vault event. Congratulations to the entire team. On Saturday, the cross-country teams completed their seasons at the state championship meet at Holmdale Park. The girls finished 12th, with Laurie Watson leading the way. Sarah Goldberg, Jennifer Rainey, Kathy McCarthy, Mickey Clayton, Ruth Elson, Sue Newman, and Gina Reed followed close behind. Mr. Smythe and Mr. Witzig thank all for a fine season. The boys' team finished 13th. They were led by Bill Stewart, 5th place, Bob Scowcroft, Jim Williams, Pete Hazel, Eric Schwartz, Mark Pagel, and Jim Nelson. Bill will run again Saturday for the state individual championship. Congratulations to the entire team for their fine season.
The spirit of the holiday draws upon us as we recognize the joy of sharing and giving. We think of Charles Dickens' famous A Christmas Carol. Now you can relive the moments of Charles Dickens. Plan to come see East's production of A Christmas Carol on December 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Thank you for watching our update. So for Andrea Newton, this has been Richard Paul. Please stay tuned for Newsreel.